History tends to repeat itself until it has no choice but to stop and rethink its choices. Some people know that I am first and second generation American, but what most people don't know is that I'm also technically third generation American as well. My father is from England and only last year received his American citizenship. My mother was born in Massachusetts to Italian immigrants. But there's more to my story. My Italian grandfather was actually born in the United States after his parents immigrated from Italy. His father passed away before he was born, and his mother took him back to Italy when he was 6 months old. When he came of age, the fascists gave him a choice to starve and freeze in the army, or starve and freeze in jail. He chose to starve and freeze in the army, yet he saw no war. When he signed his name on the conscription documents, he signed away the rights of his birth nation. When you fight for an enemy nation, you are tethered to the land of the free, fray, and disappear. After the war, he was persecuted for speaking out against fascism. His only choice was to run to the country that had disavowed him. His aunt and uncle, who had also immigrated to the U.S., had to plead with the immigration officials to save him. He had to jump through hoops and over obstacles to live a life of freedom and start a family. His uncle Attilio, who did not write or speak English, sought someone's help to write a letter in a last-ditch attempt to get help. Finally, the letter came. Finally, he could return to his birthplace. He married my grandmother before he had left Italy, but only told a few people. His aunt and uncle, who did not know, even lined up girls for him to meet and marry once he was in the States. He sailed to the States to join his uncle and aunt and to begin his American dream once again. It took 4 years to earn enough and obtain U.S. citizenship so that he could bring my grandmother over. It took another 4 years to start a family, and another 5 years after that for my mother to be born. He built the house they lived in with his bare hands. He built the local church with his bare hands. He was a carpenter by trade and built the cabinetry in my Nonna's beloved kitchen. My grandfather passed away in 1988. I was born 8 years later. I've seen so many pictures of him and know his face, but I will never hear his beloved voice or his boisterous laugh. My mother tells me stories of him giggling while watching The Three Stooges, and I have photos that he took of the television during the moon landing in 1969. My legacy is his voice, and his story, and his heart, his troubles and successes. I wish I could shake his hand, hug him, and say thank you. My ancestors are so important to me, and their faces combine to form mine. Their lives combine to form mine. I owe them everything. You see, life is monstrous, but these stories and moments are oh so pretty.